On my birthday, my mom came to me and said my sister needed a kidney. She dragged me to get tested and demanded, "Why does someone like you get to be okay while my Wendy is sick?" I just smiled and said 600,000, and I'll sell you a kidney. She looked at me with such hatred. Asking for money at a time like this, you'll die a horrible death. Well, I am dying. Just don't regret it later, Mom. On my 24th birthday, my mom came to find me and said my sister needed a kidney. She showed up while I was with clients drinking. I sell liquor, and at a customer appreciation event, a distributor said that if I could finish the decanter, he'd sign off on this year's quota. Without blinking, I downed it. 52 proof liquor at first burned my mouth and throat, but now I only feel alive at that proof. The party lights were blinding me. It made me lose track of time. There was a singer, hired by the company, performing an old song, Beautiful Mood. The lyrics said the rainy winter has finally passed. I didn't know when my winter would end. Maybe I'd die this winter, but it's so cold. I'd rather go on a warm day. She walked in from the door, crossed her arms, leaning against the wall, looked at me with undisguised disgust. I didn't know why she was there. Maybe it was a coincidence. In her eyes, I'm her disgrace, a louse on her fancy robe, dirty and disgusting. Whenever we bumped into each other, we pretended not to know one another. My stomach was empty from all the drinking. The fiery liquid burned down my esophagus, scorching my stomach. I had a reflux of sourness in my mouth. Once the distributors left, I rushed to the bathroom and puked. I looked at my defeated reflection, feeling like a ghost wandering in the human world. She leaned against the door, covering her nose, disdainfully said, "You have no shame, getting wasted with a bunch of people." I splashed cold water on my face, ignoring her. Shame is something I'd love to have, but I need to eat, live, and take care of others waiting for me. Before I could leave, she said, "Your sister has kidney failure and needs a transplant. None of ours match."
Oh, no wonder.
She never speaks to me, but she'd reach out today. I'm the product of her being assaulted. She dumped me on my grandma soon after I was born. Back then I was too young. My grandma often complained and pinched me, saying, "You're nothing but trouble. If it weren't for you, your mom wouldn't be like this. Because of you, she hates me too." Despite the resentment, she raised me with a hint of pity. "You're just like your disgusting dad, reacting like this when Wendy's sick." I stayed silent, unsure what to say. I had guessed why she came, but it still hurt. I often told myself her actions were normal, but I'm human, not a machine devoid of emotions. "I gave you life. You owe me a kidney. We'll be even." She said it like a business deal. I looked at her quietly, not saying a word, watching time's mark on her face. Despite her visit, there was always an ocean between us. She clearly didn't want to, but she had to deal with me. "Mom, if it weren't for this kidney, you would never come see me, right?" Pointing at my abdomen, I spoke about the valuable organ inside. Maybe it was calling her mom or my attitude, but her expression twisted. I regretted it immediately. She probably never wanted to hear those words from me. The atmosphere got awkward, but she broke the silence. "Let's get the test done." She reached for me, ready to drag me away. It was the first time she touched me. Her hand was well maintained, warm, grabbing my wrist and pushing me into the car. The car sped off. She rolled the window all the way down, letting the freezing wind chill me to the bone. I couldn't help but cough. With the alcohol swirling in my stomach, nausea bubbled up. She said, annoyed, "Don't you dare puke in my car." Stunned, the car zoomed past the intersection in this confined space. Each second felt torturous. I wanted to shout, "Pull over. I want out." But only those favored by fate can afford to get mad. I couldn't. This was my last chance. I needed money, lots of it, and I could only sell this part of me if the test confirmed a match. The results came back quickly. I was a match with over 90% compatibility. There's joy in knowing someone wanted to buy, but it's bittersweet because it's my mom. Her expression unreadable, she stared at me. The middle-aged doctor looked at me with sympathy. "Young lady, you're so young. Think it over. This is a lifelong decision." I didn't tell him my life was short. Seemed like the best outcome for me. But those eyes, filled with compassion and reluctance, made my nose tingle. I feared bursting into tears, so I avoided his gaze. My mom yanked me away. She was anxious I'd back out, her tone tense and furious. "Sonny, you agreed, don't back out. Don't let me down." She never saw me in high regard. It didn't matter. With a forced smile I said, "When did I agree? You've been talking all along." A slap cracked against my face, making my nose bleed. Her eyes reddened, tears rolling down. I thought she must be truly desperate. She loves Wendy so much, she couldn't stand my attitude. If you don't give Wendy your kidney, what will she do? How can you be so selfish? Why is someone like you healthy when my Wendy is sick? She kept bombarding me with questions that I couldn't answer. Just like I don't know why someone like me is even alive. But it's okay. Someone like me gets sick too, and soon I'll be gone. I knew telling her wouldn't help, and I didn't want to bring myself down even more. She despises me, finds me disgusting, wishing I was dead. But thanks to the law, I'm still here, and she just has to ignore me so she can be at peace. Now, for the sake of the child she loves, she has to deal with someone as revolting as me. I wiped away the blood from my nose with my sleeve, took a deep breath and said, 600 grand. She looked a bit stunned. I repeated, give me 600 grand, and I'll agree to the kidney transplant. First, she was shocked, then she seemed almost to expect it, asking, you're selling me your kidney? On what grounds? What right do you have? Your life was given by me. The lobby was chilly, and I couldn't help but cough a little. If I don't agree, you can grab a knife and cut it out yourself. I didn't dare look her in the eye again. I turned and quickly left the hospital. When I opened my hand, there was still some blood. Cold wind slipped through my sleeves and collar, chilling me right into my bones. I wasn't sure if it was the cold or my illness. In the late fall, the roads are mostly covered with fallen leaves. But some trees still show a hint of green. I guess it's no big deal. I'm just like those leaves that wither and fall early. Every tree has its own timing. I haven't seen my mom for years. I just sort of know how she's doing. She seems well off. The car she drives would take me years to buy without eating or drinking. She also runs a factory. I worked there during summer once. Back then, I was assembling parts in the workshop. She held Wendy's hand, looking so gentle and soft. I took a quick look from afar and lowered my head. She did a lot of charity work, and every summer the factory hired students over 16. Most of my living expenses came from Clara. We have nothing in common, yet she's always supported me. But she had a hard time herself. She dropped out early, her heart condition was poor, working from one factory to another, earning just enough and still saving a little for me. That job was so crucial for me. In those 2 summer months, I could lighten Clara's burden a lot. I kept my head down, afraid she'd notice me. Like a voyeur, hiding in the shadows, watching their happiness cautiously. Some are born into the light like Wendy, only needing to accept love. Some, like me, are the rats in the gutter, hated, hiding, barely surviving. But someone dragged me out of the gutter. I wanted her to have it better, wanted her to live on. Considering my mom's financial strength and her love for Wendy, I guess she might be willing to pay the 600 grand. That night, I returned to my tiny rental. With Clara gone, it was just me. The weather in City C turned like a kid, dropping quickly, chilling to the bone. Back in the small village, I had longed for this place countless times. Taking the old bus mixed with all sorts of smells, traveling back and forth again and again. Yet, here I stand unable to settle in all these years. I luxuriously turned on the air conditioning. Finally, there was some warmth inside. Wrapped in a blanket, I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, my hands and feet icy, hard to warm up. Knocking on the door startled me. I was too worn out to deal with it. Didn't want to get up, didn't want to answer. But they didn't stop, knocking even harder. I couldn't hold it in and shouted, "Who is it?" No reply. I was a bit scared. Then I remembered I had insurance. If something happened, the compensation might cover something. Desperate for money, I didn't know if I could sell my kidney, so I gained courage and opened the door. "Sonny, didn't you know it might be someone dangerous?" Standing there irritated was John, Wendy's brother. My mom married his dad, having Wendy, whom he cherishes. We were high school classmates. He was someone I once liked who finally drove me into despair. Or are you hoping for something terrible to happen? After all, who'd love someone like you? He sneered. What gives you the right? Get out. I slapped him, my hand shaking. He wasn't angry. Oh, did I hit a nerve? You can get mad? Aren't you the one selling your kidney? Selling yourself shouldn't be new, right? Step by step he approached and I backed away. His eyes filled with mockery. I stopped, looked him in the eye and asked, "So how much are you offering?" He froze, then smiled knowingly. "Sonny, you're so wicked." I tilted my head up, countering, "If I'm so bad, why are you here? That must mean you're worse." He seemed angered, throwing me onto the bed, tearing at my clothes. Like a fish about to be dissected. I fought hard, drowning in unbearable memories, nearly drowning. He pressed down on me, pinning my limbs, murmuring by my ears, "What are you doing? Didn't you want money? I'll give it to you." "Putting on a show for who?" he said, "selling yourself while acting innocent?" Uncontrollable tears welled up, but I held them back and gave up resisting. He stared at me, confused. "How much?" I asked, eyes shut. He got up, kicked over a small table, swearing, "Damn it. Anyone with money gets their way, huh? I'm broke and need a lot of money. I don't have the energy to deal with him." He pulled me up and kissed me, but then stopped suddenly. With a tone dripping with sarcasm, he said, "Sonny, are you playing hard to get? Who was it that liked me so much they did my homework, washed my jacket, and made me soup?" He dug up the past, peeling away at my pride bit by bit. I looked down and stayed silent like I always did in front of them, feeling like a criminal accepting abuse. "Sonny, you didn't really think I'd fall for you, did you?" he asked, slapping a bank card against my face. Then he turned to leave. He paused at the door, his back still turned, and said, "Selling a kidney isn't like selling your body. Think it through. You might not live long enough to spend it." Tears fell as I picked up the card. I kept telling myself it's okay, that this would all end soon. Suddenly I remembered something and rushed after him, shouting, "John!" "Regretting it? You didn't tell me the password." He looked at me, full of disdain, and said, "Just keep stripping your body for parts. I'll see how long that lasts." I waited through his taunts, planning to ask him again once he finished. He answered a call, his tone suddenly softening, saying, "Wendy, be good. Your brother's out buying you some sweet potatoes. I'll be back soon." I realized John could be gentle too. My mom could be gentle once. That was before a parent-teacher meeting in high school. Wendy's middle school was close to our high school. The teacher kept asking why my parents weren't there. I wanted to say I didn't have any. I remembered begging my grandma for days to attend the parent-teacher meeting. Otherwise, I'd be punished and stand outside, feeling everyone's eyes on me. I did all the chores while she kept berating me, calling me a debt collector. If it weren't for me, my mom wouldn't have ignored her, she said. After she'd vented, I brought up the meeting. She looked me up and down, her cloudy eyes filled with mockery, and said, "You don't even have parents, so what's the point?" Yet I stubbornly waited by the school gate. As people passed by, I saw my mom holding Wendy's hand. Wendy was lively, chattering away like a sparrow. My mom listened patiently with a gentle demeanor. I hid in a corner like moldy bedding, afraid of sunlight, feeling like a grub in the shadows, not meant to be seen, just to disgust others. It's okay. I've known for a long time why my mom dislikes me. The years have proven that my existence only burdens them. Wrapped in my blanket, I watched the world pass by through a narrow window. The room was silent except for the hum of the heater. I don't know how much time passed when my phone rang. It was Clara calling. "Sonny, happy birthday." The only person who remembered it. I took out the cake she ordered for me from the cupboard and lit the candles. One last birthday, one last wish. A teacher once told me some people have a sweet start, others a bitter one. Life is fair, and it'll make it up to you later. My wish now is, God, I don't need any payback. Give it all to Clara. Clara kept pretending on the phone, saying she was on a business trip, that she was too busy. I agreed with everything, tears streaming down. I couldn't hold back and called out, "Sis, what's wrong?" "Nothing. Just that it's been really cold lately. Make sure to keep warm." Hanging up quickly, I clutched her gift and cried my heart out. It was a skincare set she had picked out for me, saying now that I started working I should take care of myself. The closet had the work outfits she bought for me too. She worried about everything in my life. She messaged to apologize, saying her work was too hectic, and she couldn't celebrate with me this year. I asked to video chat, but she said it wasn't the right time. When I asked when she'd be free, she said after things calmed down. I couldn't push her anymore, and she'd have even more to cover up. I knew she was in a hospital bed. She didn't want me to know, but she couldn't see how much she meant to me. She was there through the tough days, helping me make it through. Clara's 5 years older than me. We're from the same village as my grandma. She even gave me my name. I almost went to school without a proper name, and my grandma didn't care much. Clara was washing my hair and offered to name me. She said since it was spring, she thought of Sunny from Sunshine she read about. And that became my name because my grandma didn't mind. I was clingy with Clara. My first word was sister. After school, she'd help bathe me and wash my hair. She saved her pocket money to buy me snacks. When my grandma got mad and refused to feed me, Clara would come up with reasons to share her food, taking me to the hill behind us to eat. She didn't have it easy either. She had a younger brother and always got scolded. I told her not to bother. She just said, "I can't finish it anyway. I'll get in trouble for that." Once Clara finished middle school, she had to drop out. I was still in elementary then. She was determined to make money to go back one day, urging me to study hard. By the time I started middle school, my grandma didn't want me to continue anymore. I was stuck with no options. I called Clara, asking where she worked since I wanted to find a job too. She snapped, "You think life out there is easy? What are you thinking? You want to spend your life in a factory?" I stayed silent until she asked, "Aren't they supporting you anymore? Answer me, Sonny." "It's nothing. You go ahead, I've got other things to do." I hung up and cried, crouched there. I knew she wasn't even my blood relative. I couldn't keep bothering her. So over the weekend she came back looking all tired. She said she was home to visit, but I knew she really didn't want to. Those people just leech off her. We met on the mountain where we usually see each other. The fields were covered in bright yellow canola flowers. She stood there, looking a bit worn out but still smiled at me and said, "What's up? Haven't seen you in 6 months, and you're acting like you don't recognize me now?" She took my hand and calmly said, "Sonny, one of us needs to escape this life." She started secretly sending me money for tuition and living expenses. After every exam, she was more concerned about my results than I was. I told her that once I graduate, I'd support her to go back to school. But she couldn't wait that long. Clara had a heart condition since she was a kid. The stress of working for me over the years just made it worse. She didn't know that before she moved. I found her will tucked in a corner of her wardrobe. It was simple. "After I die, everything I have goes to Sonny." She'd been living really frugally all these years. Before I graduated, she stayed in the staff dorms and ate cafeteria food, saving up money like crazy. She told me, "Sonny, we're gonna have a home soon." She wanted to buy a little house in City C. A place for just the two of us. No one could kick us out or yell at us. Once we had our own place, we'd even get a kitten and maybe a puppy. We almost had enough to buy a house, but Clara couldn't wait. Clara was the most naive person ever, the only one who thought I was a good person. She didn't know I was the real bad guy. I wasn't really shocked when I got diagnosed with this illness. My biological father died from leukemia too. I remember him coming to my school, all desperate and pleading. He said he wanted to make things right and begged for my help. I lifted him up, told him it was fine, and went with him to get a match test. He needed my bone marrow. With today's technology, they can just extract it from my blood. When he saw the successful match report, he cried while laughing, saying, "Sonny, you've given Daddy a second chance at life." He claimed he'd do better from now on. Daddy? As if. He raped Wendy's mother and had me, without any punishment. Then he showed up again when I was grown, bringing nothing but nightmares. What right did he have? Grandma always cursed him, saying he'd get what he deserved. But years passed without any justice. Now I see I'm the payback. I told him I had to handle some things at school, then quietly paused my studies, even blocked them all. Clara thought I took a break because of fees and argued with me for ages. I eventually told her I had mental issues. She stopped asking, but that year wasn't wasted. I earned a bit to relieve Clara's burden. When I returned to my classes, my so-called father was already cremated. His wife came to me, questioning how I could be so heartless. Didn't I fear karma? Heartless? Just refusing to help makes me heartless? So what are the real evildoers considered? I didn't feel much about his death. He was just a hassle for me. As for karma, I'm not afraid of anything if those monsters aren't. I just wanted to study hard, graduate early. I wanted Clara to start her life anew. She said this was the only life she'd know. Bullshit. I wanted her to rise, to conquer. After graduating, I worked tirelessly, saving every penny. I urged her to continue school, picked out colleges, but she always found some excuse. I was frustrated until I saw her medical records. Was fate punishing me? Those days felt so colorless. All my efforts and dreams seemed pointless. Without Clara, what was the point? I didn't think life could be crueler until I started getting awful nosebleeds. The diagnosis wasn't shocking, but if I died before Clara, what would she do? Maybe one of us could live. I didn't have to attend that party, but I knew Mom would be there. I heard about Wendy's illness. My leukemia was early stage. The doctor said my organs could still be used if not infected. So I refused chemotherapy, gulped down pills, threw up and swallowed them again. I wanted to make sure I got a good price for myself. Mom showed up as I figured she would. I should have been happy I was still useful. Before surgery, she found out about my illness. She asked, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" That calm face turned so furious. I smiled at her. "Don't worry, my organs are still clean. They can be used." She froze. I added, "You've paid. No backing out now." Before the operation, I got the password from her. Afraid I'd die on the table, I texted Clara with that bank card info and password saying, "Don't worry. Just in case I forgot to tell you." Clara's always anxious. Best she doesn't find out, just in case. If I didn't make it through the operation, I left a letter for her at home. I sorted my will with the lawyer ages ago. Feels like everything's settled. I just wished to see her one last time. But I was afraid she wouldn't let me do it. After the anesthesia, I drifted like into a long dream. I was dreaming of the past. I should have been sad, but Clara was there too. She kept holding my hand, leading me through fields of flowers, saying it was okay. She was with me, promising to pull me out of that mess. Even Grandma, who struggled so hard in her last days. I carried her on my back to the town's hospital. The mountain road was pitch black. It felt like it would never end. I kept talking to her the whole way. It slowly started to rain. The sound of the rain was loud, and her voice was so soft I could barely hear her. After much effort, I finally understood her. She asked if I hated her. I think I didn't because I met Clara. In the end, she said something. She said she was a pitiful person too. I'm not pitiful. I have Clara. None of them are as good as Clara. I don't need them. On my back, she went silent, her body slowly stiffening. I was scared and kept running, fell into the field, checked her breathing and realized she wasn't breathing anymore. The rain poured harder, and I had no choice but to continue carrying her. Then Clara appeared with a flashlight. I asked her to stay back and said Grandma had passed away. I didn't want to scare her. She cried hard, saying let her carry, telling me not to be afraid, that she'd call for help. She said she was here. I know she's here. She's always been here. With her around, I'm not afraid of anything. I groggily opened my eyes. Wendy and I were in the same hospital room. They were all around her, treating her like a little princess. John noticed I was awake. He hesitated to meet my eyes and said, "Why didn't you say you were sick earlier? It won't affect your sister. The organs aren't infected." I patiently explained to him. His eyes suddenly reddened and he shouted at me, "What do you think I'm asking about? What am I to you?" I don't know. Back in high school, he was my desk mate, a year and a half older than me. He always joked around, telling me to call him Big Brother. He would secretly stash snacks under my desk and help organize my notes. He was someone I once secretly liked. But after he found out about my background, he threw my book away. He pinned me to the wall and told me not to let Wendy know. He said if Wendy got affected, he would fight me to the end. Later, when Wendy didn't want to study, smoked and drank, he thought it was all because of me, that my presence ruined their family. Of course, the little princess always had reasons for her actions. They could always cover for her. Even my breathing was wrong. Even though I'd never gone to their house, never asked my mom for a cent. After Grandma died, they came for the funeral, and that's when they saw me for the first time. Ironically, the one who once disgusted and hated me was now questioning me. Looking at his agitated face, I couldn't help but laugh and said, "Do I even deserve to be anyone to you?" He was stunned and then retorted, "So this is your way of playing the pity card, right?" His words amused me. Am I supposed to play the pity card in front of them? What good would that do? Laughing turned into a violent cough. I clutched my mouth and blood seeped through my fingers. He seemed scared, rushing over to hold my shoulders, saying, "Sonny, you're lying, right? How can it be this serious?" I had no strength to reply. Everything blurred. I heard nurses and doctors pulling him away as I got wheeled out. Clara found out anyway. She rushed in, dust covering her. I lay there, smiling at her. Her eyes were red, tears falling in big drops. She said, "Sonny, you jerk, how dare you?" She carefully checked my wounds. I tried to stop her but couldn't. Her tears fell on the blanket. "Doesn't it hurt, Sonny?" Her voice was so soft, but I saw her trembling all over. "It's numbed by anesthesia. It doesn't hurt." I comforted her. "Don't cry. Don't cry. It's not good for your heart." I quickly wiped her tears. "Sonny, you can't do this to yourself," she said, wiping her tears. My mom walked in with porridge for Wendy. She looked at me but didn't say anything. No, she's Wendy's mom, not mine. Wendy fell asleep again. I wiped Clara's tears and said playfully, "Sis, I'm hungry." She hurriedly ran out to get me food, assuring me she'd be back soon. Actually, my appetite was pretty low. The room was just Wendy and me and her mom now. She came closer for the first time with a slight hint of apology, saying, "Came in a rush, forgot to bring yours. It's okay, you already paid. Do you really have to talk to me like that?" The atmosphere turned cold suddenly. She took out a card from her pocket. Emotionally, I should refuse, but rationally, I knew this money could help Clara a lot. She handed it to me with some emotion I couldn't place. "You're still in the early stage, it's hopeful." I accepted the money with gratitude. "I shouldn't take your money, but I can't refuse right now." She avoided my gaze, turned to wipe Wendy's face. I slipped the card under my pillow and watched her kindly expression, saying, "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come into your life." She hesitated but didn't respond. "The only way I can thank you is by not bothering you anymore. If there's a next life, I would never intersect with you again." "Forget the next life, just live this one well," she said without looking at me. I can't quite describe my feelings for her. There was hate, guilt, and a little pain when she came for Wendy. But mostly I'm grateful. At least I got the money to treat Clara. Fate mocks me, disgusts me, treats me poorly, yet it protects me, lets me meet Clara. I can let go now. I can stop caring. There's someone in this world who sees me as more important than anyone else. Even though we have no blood relation. This life is worth it. After she took care of Wendy, she sat beside, looking at me, wanting to say more. Then my dad's wife barged in. She looked at me with a sense of revenge, saying, "Thanks for taking care of your father. So I'm here to see you too." She put down a fruit basket and left. I knew why she came, but it's okay. Even if I got 100 more chances, I'd still do the same thing. My mom's face turned cold right away. After that woman left, a nurse came to move me to another bed. She didn't look at me, just acted annoyed. I think that woman reminded her of something bad, so her attitude towards me changed too. I looked at her, wanting to say something but couldn't get the words out. They were stuck in my throat, piercing my heart like barbed wire. Even if I did say them, they'd come out bloody and nauseating. She met my eyes and suddenly mocked me. "You're just like that bastard, taking money whenever it's offered." She wasn't wrong. What she said was true. I had already pawned parts of myself. The wound on my stomach was still throbbing. If there was more time, I could sell something else. But hearing it from her still upset me. I stopped looking at her, clenching my fists tightly under the blanket. I once thought maybe with these hands I could lead Clara to a better place. But fate has a cruel sense of humor. Now I can only use them to make one last exchange. Clara gave up on school. People said without a degree, almost 30, she's wasted her life. Even Clara told me some things in life, once you miss them, you can't make it right. But I couldn't accept that. Not with me. I just didn't want that for her. I wanted her life to be better. I'd bet everything I have left for her to have a fresh start. As the nurse wheeled my bed away, my arm brushed against my mom. She pulled away quickly like I was something filthy. Just that one action almost made me lose it. I wasn't strong enough. I hated myself for being like this. A strong wave of nausea hit me. Partly from being sick, but mostly from disgust at myself for hoping. Sickened that in my final days I could still hold on to hope for something like dignity. How could I be so naive? Dignity is a luxury I gave up on a long time ago. After staying in the hospital for a while, my hair started falling out more and more. Clara was worried, staying up all night. I was afraid she'd find out. She kept pushing me to do more tests. I lied, saying I'd tested before surgery. If I stayed longer, I wouldn't be able to hide it from her. Plus, I was scared time was running out. So I arranged to be discharged quickly. Clara and I went back home. She pretended to be done with her trip, staying with me for a few days. She made meals for me every day, pushed me around for walks, wrapping me in a thick blanket, worrying if I was cold. Winter was here with bare trees and fallen leaves everywhere. I held her hand and said, "Sister, winter will be over soon. You mean the world to me." She coughed a few times, trying to hold back because I was there. "Why so sentimental all of a sudden?" she teased, tapping my forehead. That night back home, I tidied the place up. Snow began falling outside. I counted out some sleeping pills, then went to the room next door to swallow them. I set up an alarm clock by her bed. She'd wake up and take me to the hospital, where my heart would still be usable. I left a letter already written. The lights were on in the house so she wouldn't be scared. I took one last look at her, wishing we could say a proper goodbye. The pain was getting worse. I told myself once I took these pills it would be over. Goodbye, Clara. Goodbye, sister. Sorry I can't stay with you anymore. Bonus story. Clara was woken up by the alarm clock. It was snowing hard outside. She was surprised because it rarely snowed in City C, especially this much. She noticed a letter under her pillow but didn't open it. Instead, she ran to the next room. All the lights were on, and Sunny was lying there with a peaceful smile. A wave of terror washed over her. Tentatively, she whispered, "Sunny? Sunny? Sunny?" There was an empty pill bag on the floor, more than a few. Who knows how long she'd been saving them? Her hand shook as she dialed 911. She picked her up. Sunny was so light now. She remembered how easy it used to be when she was just a kid, always calling her sister. She cradled her, voice tearing through the silence. "Somebody! Help! Somebody! Help! Help my sister! My sister's in trouble! Someone! Sunny, don't scare me! Sunny, you can't do this to me! Sunny, you promised to listen to me!" At the hospital, the doctors didn't take long before declaring brain death. The doctor Sunny had arranged found Clara. She read the letter and everything was all set. Sunny sold a kidney to help pay for her surgery. She resisted chemo so her heart wouldn't get damaged. To keep the illness from affecting her heart, she took sleeping pills to hasten her death. Clara collapsed beyond tears. Sunny knew her better than she knew herself. Her final words in the letter were, "Sister, don't waste this heart of mine. Use it to see the world for me. Don't be sad. I'm just with you in a different way." The surgery was long. Clara kept her eyes closed, tears still slipping out. In her dreams, Sunny looked healthy again. She sat across from her, smiling. "Don't worry, sis. You'll be fine." Sunny wiped away her tears. She hugged her. "Sister, it's time to go back." Frantic, she tried to hold on to something, reaching out but only grasping air. She cried out, her sobs tearing through her. "Sunny, don't leave me. Don't leave me alone." Sunny just smiled at her. "Trust me, sis. You'll have a family one day. You'll be really happy." When she woke up, she looked around at the people near her, taking in this world that seemed both strange and familiar. The new heart was beating in her chest. She realized that Sunny was really gone from this world. Clara had spent a long time in the hospital, watching winter slowly pass by. The trees outside were starting to bud, and the warm sunshine hit her. She felt a bit out of place. Suddenly, she burst into tears. She remembered how Sunny would act playful and say, "Why is autumn and winter in City C so cold? When will spring finally come? It's freezing." Sunny would never see the spring again. After leaving the hospital, she returned to the small house they used to live in together. Sunny's room was tidy. Clara remembered arguing with her a few times because Sunny didn't like to clean up. Sunny would cheekily say, "I call this organized chaos. Besides, my mess just makes your room look better." The notebook on the desk was filled with the materials Clara had prepared for her. She had chosen an adult school for Sunny and had even arranged a teacher. There was also the money Sunny had saved for her. One amount was 170,000 yuan, saved from working multiple jobs for 2 or 3 years. Another 500,000 yuan came from her mom, who claimed it was money for a kidney. But Clara knew it was the money her mom struggled to gather for surgery, still trying to protect her from feeling guilty. She lay in Sunny's bed, the scent still lingering in the sheets. She curled up, overwhelmed with tears. Clara knew she shouldn't act like this, but since Sunny left, it felt like she lost all her strength. The only thing reminding her that she was alive was the beating heart in her chest. She didn't know how long she lay there until John burst through the door. He asked in confusion, "Where's Sunny?" "I've got news about her bone marrow match." Clara froze at his words. She knew that Sunny had given her life for Clara's. "She's gone," Clara said, the reality sinking in. "What? How could she be?" John was in disbelief, muttering to himself. Behind him stood Wendy. She looked sweet and innocent with tears in her eyes, like a sheltered princess crying for a sad story. But Sunny, her Sunny, would ride her electric scooter in the dead of winter just to earn money, even breaking her leg, and never shed a tear. People weren't born strong. Fate was never kind to her. "Get out. You aren't welcome here," Clara said. Instinctively, she felt Sunny wouldn't want to see them either. "Wendy, go home." "I've got something to ask," John said, sending Wendy away. He crouched on the ground red-eyed, asking Clara why Sunny left so quickly. She hated him for his fake concern and said cruelly, "Do you want to know why Sunny suddenly changed her attitude towards you?" John felt a sudden panic, but he couldn't help but want to know. Clara lost control, grabbing his shoulders, asking in anger and pain that night after class, "Why didn't you walk her home? You said you liked her, but how cheap is your love?" That night, her scumbag father and some thugs came for her. She was terrified and begged him to escort her home. What did he say? He said he had to go back and celebrate his dear sister's birthday. She was assaulted. Do you even know what she was doing during the 2 weeks she took off? Getting that scumbag jailed. Clara was crying so hard she couldn't speak. She had planned to hide this forever. But why did they get to live without a conscience? Why? Even if she knew it was pointless, she wanted him to know. She regretted it infinitely. Sunny went to high school in the city, and Clara worked near her school, deciding they would live together. John stumbled out of their rented place, the snow deepening on the path. The winter was unbearably cold this year. He couldn't accept it was his fault. He used to think she was playing him, never nice to her even during her final days. He slipped on the icy road. Lying in the snow, clothes soaking through, he felt nothing. Tears fell and he whispered to the vast sky, "Sunny, I'm sorry." Sunny, it was hard, wasn't it? He remembered dealing with her mom's funeral while Sunny stood like a wilted sapling. People said she had carried her grandma to see a doctor on her back, and when her grandma died, she carried the body home. A teenage girl walking alone on a mountain path with a corpse through the rainy night was unimaginable. But Wendy was always upset by Sunny's presence and would often ask him, "Won't Mom love me if she loves Sister?" And Sister seemed so pitiful. She worried for nothing. Her stepmother didn't even want to mention Sunny. Everyone later learned why. Sunny didn't choose to be born, but no one wanted to face their issues and unleash their feelings on her. Sunny's grandmother feared people finding out, blocking her mom from having an abortion, but refused to admit any fault, passing everything on to Sunny because she couldn't fight back. Her mother never wanted to see her, as if her very existence was a mistake from the start. John covered his face, acknowledging he was one of those who hurt her, but he could no longer make amends. In spring, Clara found a little golden retriever. She was still in a daze, living in their old apartment. The puppy was always on her heels, trying to comfort her when she lost control. It would nuzzle her hand and run in circles around her, trying to snap her out of it. Sometimes she thinks about Sunny. She can't help it. She'll be crying hard, and her little dog will whine and lie next to her leg. Maybe the dog's presence gives her some spirit. Or maybe walking the dog means she has to go out, so life starts moving again. She finds herself buying Sunny's favorite food at the market, or picking out pretty dresses Sunny would have liked in warmer weather. But the constant beating of her heart reminds her that Sunny is gone. Sunny gave her life. When another winter came, she was walking her little golden retriever. That day in the alley she saw him. She'd remember that man forever. She and Sunny had reported him, sent him to jail, but he got out because there wasn't enough evidence. The damage to Sunny went much deeper. She knew long ago that Sunny didn't want to live. Her own father had handed her over to a monster without a second thought. Sunny had nightmares frequently. Even if she woke up beside her in the middle of the night, she'd touch Sunny's back, drenched in sweat. Sunny smiled less. She focused on nothing but studying, saying she'd get into a good school, and she did. But fresh graduates can't earn much. She tried sales and small businesses, but no matter how hard she ran, she couldn't outrun fate. One monster was dead, but another one lived on. She started wearing makeup, appearing timid in front of the monster, pretending to avoid him. Under hidden surveillance, the monster was unchanged. He choked her, and for a moment, she thought of giving up and dying, taking him down with her. But she seemed to see Sunny's figure, fighting to stop him but powerless. Her beating heart reminded her. This life was given to her by Sunny and she couldn't just let it go. She struggled fiercely, and her dog attacked the monster too. Stabbed by him, the dog's barking and her cries for help finally drew others to them. She was saved. Clutching the dog, she faced the snow again that night, like the night Sunny left. The snow was stained red. She rushed the dog to the hospital, wept into the snowy night. "Sunny, go on. Don't look back, Sunny. Sunny, it's all over." Pressed a hand to her chest, feeling her heartbeat, she promised, "Sunny, I'll live well." The little golden retriever survived with treatment, still playfully bothering her but always dragging her home at night. She named the dog Little Rice Cake, after Sunny's favorite food. She started attending the school Sunny chose for her, and bought a small house. Sunny's mom came by, asking if Sunny had left any last words for her. Calmly she said Sunny was understanding. She knew you couldn't stand any of this. The woman got angry but suddenly stopped, staring at her chest. The hurtful words she was about to say died in her throat. She left gracefully, then drove to her mother's grave. She burned some joss paper there, talking to herself, Sunny has come down now. Treat her better this time. Suddenly she remembered. With Sunny's nature, she wouldn't want to meet any of them again. When she eventually went down, she probably wouldn't see her either. That would be for the best. Walking the countryside path, her shadow stretched long in the setting sun. She seemed to see little Sunny running toward her. Countless times she pushed her away, venting all her emotions on her. She couldn't control herself. Seeing Sunny brought back painful memories of her mother's cruelty. Sunny's eyes at the hospital came to mind, how she hesitated. But the sight of that woman then made her lose all reason. Later the truth came from Clara. Only then did she realize her suffering wasn't hers alone. A tear slipped from her eye. She wiped it away. Wendy's voice came through a text bridging past and present. Life had to go on. The end.